morning, everybody. Oh, wow. Got up early this morning. How'd you like that snazzy new beginning? Oh, coffee, coffee, coffee. Got a email last night um, that I could have used 24 hours before about the trumpeter video that apparently trumpeter, although everything's made in Japan, apparently it's everything's made in China. That the company is actually a partnership with a Japanese company. Now, I don't know if it's just a marketing partnership or if they actually have ownership or what the deal is, but apparently it's like half owned or partly owned by Japan, so it's a joint Japan-China venture. We all know how well those always work out. So that's cool, nice little tidbit there. Also, I want to thank, oh gosh, I forgot the name of Kriegsworks. Oh, I'll put the name down below. Uh, he sent me a ton of resource information, a lot of old magazines and things. Just I had to pull myself away because I've learned for us old folks, young kids are addicted to social media. Us old model types were addicted to old model magazines. Mm. 8 o'clock, straight up black. Um, when I was young, I used to drink it with all the cream and sugar, and then an old retired army sergeant who also retired police department. So kind of the man's man, over the 50s and 60s, looking, why do you put all that foo-foo stuff in there? I'm like, oh great, never going back to cream and sugar again. Not after he called it foo-foo stuff. So, um, oh, there was something else oh yeah, the Mania models video on that little Japanese company. Uh, I either, cat wants a little love. I either had forgotten it or didn't know. But apparently there was a very short-lived company called Manin that I believe was a Japanese company. It made two kits, a 1 to 100 scale F14 and a 1 to 100 scale F15. And the they were only in business in 1974. According to ScaleMates, they were around for 1 year. Those are the only two kits they made. And those were the two jets that went to Mania. And those jets, although all of the other airplanes apparently from Mania, when it ceased operations, went to Hasegawa, those two jets went to another company. And see, I haven't had enough coffee to remember these things. Wasn't Midori, wasn't. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll probably look it up and stick it below. This is going to be the first time I've done one of these Cafe Max's My Days, and I don't know why I suddenly gave myself a really bad fake French accent. That'll actually be not, the first two were just straight from the phone, but they were pulsing in and out because the selfie mode autofocus on the phone was having a little trouble. So I just figured, I've got an iPad, I got my phone, and I got the camera. I made this little beginning. We'll just throw it together and do this. John, I got your email. I already emailed you back. Anytime's fine. John from Fast Sports, which is a YouTube channel on slot cars. He's the slot car guy. So we're gonna see about doing a Zoom on one of these. But so we can chat back and forth live on TV or Tube TV or YouTube, whatever. Anyway, of course now, I think I got everything set up. I got the autofocus turned off on the camera, so it won't do that. So hopefully I'm in focus and in frame. There's no selfie mode on the camera, but anyway, I don't know if any of you guys have seen a website by a guy named Joe Scott. He does like science stuff. Real funny guy. He has his tangent cam, and he does this from time to time. Maybe I should do it on this one. He has his tangent cam, and he does this from time to time when he wants to go off point. That's kind of a nice thing. Of course, I'm Captain Tangent, so I'd be going, uh, but where was I? Anywho, coffee. Or tea, or water, or soda, or bourbon, or whatever you like. And so I was thinking yesterday quite a bit. I got a lot of replies on the little discussion about cheating history, sanitizing it. I think we all know where I'm going with this. And I came up with how can I put this? Definitely imperfect, but a possible solution that sort of addresses everybody's concerns. And that would be to have the correct decals included, however they need to be modified. And by the way, to everyone in Germany and the other countries that don't allow particular imagery, I forgot to mention that yesterday. I understand you're constrained by the law. I don't want anybody to break the law. And yeah, we all get why. So no, I'm not poking at anybody, picking on anybody. We get it. But over here, we can do what we want. In a lot of other countries, they just don't. But anyway, my solution was go ahead and include the modified decals or decals or whatever you call them. And as far as the box art's concerned, you can get some really good dramatic angles where that particular item would be obscured, with the airplane kind of like the wing up where it blocks the tail or something like that, so that you don't have to make historically inaccurate painting. At the same time, you don't have to show the thing that some people might get to. Now, I, being a bit of a history nerd, and I think like a lot of us, I think we all understand the deal there, but hiding from it's not changing it. So anyway, things are what they are. We need to remember that. But there's a really great video by a guy named Bill Whittle on iconography, and it's about symbols have meanings. So, and I don't want to run down that whole rabbit hole. All I'm saying is I understand people's sensitivities. I'm not discounting that at all, but you can't just take an eraser to history and make things better. It doesn't work that way. Okay, enough preaching. This is supposed to be a fun channel. So, I had an unexpected surprise. One of my wife's good friends, she's a wonderful lady, the kind of person who remembers everybody's birthday and everything. And she wanted to, I think she wanted to get me a get well gift or something, and she apparently is aware of this channel and had seen a couple of videos. So why not buy a model airplane? Like, all right. So we set a price limit. Well, if you saw the trumpeter video at the end, I said two of the kits I'd like to get are the trumpeter 1/32 scale SPD Dauntless and the 1/48 scale F-106B, because our local guard unit, well back then was the 125th Fighter Interceptor Squadron, had F-106s for a long time. And then they went to F-16s, and now they've got the Eagles. But they had at least one, maybe two F-106Bs, and I thought, well, that'd make a nice addition to my collection, and Trumpeter makes one, so it was in the price range. So we found one on Amazon. I think I'm getting a new Trumpeter F-106B. And I also noted at the end of the Trumpeter video that I can't judge the company by one old kit, so this will be a chance to see for me to personally see some of their newer work and see what I think of it. And I'm sure I'll do a build video on it. Of course, don't count my chickens, I haven't got it yet. But look forward to it. I've got the 106s, I've got a couple of 102s and 106s. I've got the 106 in the Tyndall Gulf Coast Defenders markings from the Weapons Test Center there. I've got one in the Florida Air Guard markings. I've got a 1/72 scale that's done in the old the bicentennial markings, and that one's out in the shed. And then I've got two 102s, one of them that's done in Florida Air Guard markings. So I like to do the local unit. And the FANG, Florida Air National Guard, that's such a cool name, the FANG. And I have another one that's in camouflage from the Vietnam pattern. And did you guys know that in Vietnam, F-102s, they only flew some interceptor missions, but not interceptor, they flew some escort missions for B-52s. They turned out they weren't made for that mission, and they didn't fare very well. We got one of them shot down, and apparently one of the pilots was able to pop off a missile at a MiG, but it was, I think, IR guided. It went into the cloud, the MiG went in the cloud, so I don't think it connected. They never found out for sure that I know of. But one thing the airplane was not designed for, but turned out to be really good at, is some models of the 102 had that fishbowl infrared sensor up front of the cockpit, and they would send them up without missiles, but the F-106 had that four-door, like that double or triple bomb bay. Anyway, they had rockets, regular free fight rockets, that were in the wall, that were in the door. And they would put them one behind the other, so you'd have two, so it had a whole bunch of rockets. Really interesting. You would think the first rocket would burn up the second one, but it didn't. But anyway, with that IR sensor, they would go out at night and look for like Viet Cong campfires, and they would just throttle back and glide in, yes, in an F-102 at night, the thing and pop off just dumb rockets. And apparently, it was pretty effective at it. That's some stuff, isn't it? Oh man. Yes, I'll take my all-weather Mach 1 plus interceptor and go out and do night counterinsurgency missions in it, because that's a thing. You call those guys what you want. Can't call them cowards. I mean, that's just guts. The more I read about some of these night missions they flew, the Canberras and the Broncos and stuff at night, oh my gosh. When those guys are 100 years old, their steel testicles are still going to be setting off metal detectors at the airport. Whew. Bowling ball. Smooth brain, because it's old and ossified. Thought came in, was great, and slipped right off before I could get it out. That's what I get for stopping to drink coffee. But anyway, down to my last couple of sips here. And too bad, that was an interesting. The only thing I remember about that thought that got away from me was that it was interesting. Oh, I think I remember what it was. I got an old style phone call from the 1970s. They want their sideburns back. Kidding. So anyway, guys, that's about all we got for today. And I hope you guys have a magnificently wonderful day. And I get to go out to physical therapy here in a while, so last long trip, sip, drip. Oh, I'm getting Max's model coffee cup made, so I'll show that off whenever it shows up. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Ciao.